Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, and today I have chosen a mortal life, like a effing idiot. So, what are we going to be doing this evening? We're going to be taking a look at Mortal. We're not going to be going to Desolation, because there's no point going to Desolation. We're going to be going to Purgatory, because it's the best place to start. Our first consideration is, do we or don't we? This is not useful, this is not useful, this is not useful, this is not useful, this is not useful. Out of all of the amulets that you can get within the game, the only one which would have any bearing on how we play is Spiritual Assist. Now, what exactly does Spiritual Assist do? Spiritual Assist increases bow pull strength when not fully pulled. Now, why would that concern us? Spiritual Assistance is only going to increase damage for you if you are used to drawing to here. I draw to full. The only thing that I've found with Spiritual Assistance is it is a lot harder to get those shorter shots if you didn't want to do a full pull than if you did. The other thing that I don't like about Spiritual Assistance is I wouldn't want anybody to use it and start relying on it. Our own Sean Ebel will tell us all about how he's trying to wean himself off of the drug that's at Spiritual Assist, or was, because in the main game you don't want to have to start using or rely on Spiritual Assist. I do believe it affects the arc ever so slightly when you are at that 3/4 draw. But I'll be honest, I don't think there's going to be a massive amount of difference. I've also tried to test it on a points basis as well to see, because I know that a 3/4 draw should get you full points on a headshot, and a full draw will get you full points on a headshot, and I don't think Spiritual Assist doesn't make any odds to that. So what we're going to do first... Oh, and sorry, whilst I was doing my intro, there was a hello I wanted to say. Oh, Christina. Hello, Christina. So, I mean, yeah, the thing is, basically, as far as Mortal's concerned, none of these actually none of these are useful. 5 of the 6 have absolutely no effect. Okay, all right, that's wrong. Wealth privilege. Actually, would it? Would it give you 1,500 points to start off with? No, it wouldn't. It just gives you 1,500 gold. So useless, because it doesn't give us any points, and 1,500, you get that from a few headshots. Blessed Quiver, there's no specials in this mode. Unusual Filter Toad, we're only going to be taking 1 health anyway. Resistance Privilege, I've checked, it doesn't add armor, it's 1 hit and dead. Anakim's Floor, that'd be great, but we're not going to be seeing Anakim. So Spiritual Assist is the only one that actually has any use, and increasing the pull. I'll start again. Increasing the bow pull strength when not fully pulled, again, is going to have no effect on us, because everything's a 1 hit. If it's hit like that or hit like that, it's still dying, so it makes no odds. So what are we going to be doing tonight? I think this will only be... So I'm not going to I'll just put Blessed Quiver on just so I forget not to equip it if I start a main run soon. So what are we going to be doing tonight? I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to play through Purgatory, and we're going to do it embracing the Executioner style of play. Get me, I'm basically at this point playing to stay warm. I mean, it's not that cold. It's not as cold as it has been. And then we'll play what I would probably say would be proper next. So as far as the Executioner side of things is concerned... Well, I mean, I don't know about accurate. I can tell you it's going to be quick, but it's going to be it's not going to look that quick. And the reason being is because we are going to be abusing slow time. To the enemies, we will look like the Flash. This is quite a weird concept in that by slowing time, we would actually appear to be moving around very quickly for the enemies, zipping from place to place. Now, why are we going to abuse slow time in this? Well, one, it's safer. Two, we're going to be putting ourselves right in the pocket for easy hits. If I'm going to die, it's going to be doing this, and I'm sure it'd be hilarious. So we are going to use slow time. Now, as I've said previously, as a general rule, because again, and no one's ever certain on these things unless they're confirmed, if there is a timer in the game that is visible, it is not affected by slow time. It'll carry on ticking at the same rate. As we understand it, the executioner bonus is affected by slow time, just like because we can't see the executioner bonus timer, and just like the timer that is in Siege of Heaven. Now that one I know for certain slow time affects it, because anybody who plays Siege of Heaven to a reasonable level spams slow time as much as they possibly can to buy yourself all the time. Anyway, so what we're going to be trying for here, I'm not going to be worrying too much about headshots. We're going to be worrying about just killing them. But if headshots present themselves, we're going to be doing that, and it's going to be all close and fast and furious. I'm not going to worry too much about trying to carry the executioner bonus from one area to another. I don't think without specials you can be fast enough to do that, because there are some long stretches between levels. And as Cam said, yes, Paradise Lost, that's where we're going to die. So, with Executioner, the first kill starts off our 10-second timer, so we want to make that first kill and then be on to the next one. So I'm landing in slow time. I'm going to have a quick check of my area. These guys have definitely seen me. As I said, I'm going to try and get the headshots where I can, but I'm not going to be too bothered about them. Now, the one thing that I'm already thinking is carrying an Executioner bonus between levels might not be, between sections of a level rather, might not be that much of an ask, because I forget how quickly you can definitely take everything down. What the fuck is this lighting? Someone's obviously forgotten to turn the lights off again. Or a lovely little bit of tracking loss there. And we've got a pit there as well. That's a cause for concern. Now, one of the things I think is still an unknown. Shields do one-hit kill as well. One of the things I think is still an unknown. Boys. Right, hang on a second. Because my tracking is going bonkers. Why? What's changed? I mean, I kill enemies at any time. Oh, God, that's not right. Oh, my tracking's a bit all over the place tonight. Look at this. I'm 10 foot tall. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, I wonder if that's because I was playing with something the other day. I was trying to get a shot. It's much easier for me to get my shots when I am seated and standing. As far as taking pictures for various bits and pieces. Oh, and I was also... I think we were... Oh, that's not good. There we go. That might have been the tracking issues. What? So you guys like this? You guys like that? I hate it. I think it's so horrible. Why put all... It can't be correct. Why put all of these lighting effects in the game? They changed the engine so that they could specifically put these lighting effects in the game, and then turned all the lights on everywhere. So now the lighting effects that they spent a lot of time doing mean nothing anymore. Anyway, least of our concerns. I mean, fact of the matter is, it is better lit. It is better lit, so it doesn't really matter. This is true. Let's now, The risks in... I'm not playing this as fast as I should be because I'm whinging about the lighting. Now, the risks in this mode, I think, or the risks in trying to play this reasonably fast and furious, which now my tracking has sorted itself, I will get back to. The risks are going to be in the pit with ghosts and cupids. Because they can be absolute nightmares to take out. Cupids can teleport down our throats, as we know. Oh, tracking could be a problem as well. What is going on with my tracking? Tracking could be an issue also, so always make sure you got really good tracking. I'm going to finish this section, and then I'm just going to do... I'm going to do my tracking checks. Well, this is horrible. I never get tracking issues. Everybody else gets tracking issues, but not me. Right. Oh, I can still hear one. God. Oh, that's going to make this risky. I've just changed batteries. Oh, come on. What you do to me, game? This isn't a recent thing, is it? Oh. Was it on that controller? I can't remember. I was playing Broken Edge. No, have I hell? No, I have not started my main run yet. Right. I might. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. I'm just going to try and take the batteries out, and then I'm going to check the thing. Yeah, that's part of the checks. I'm just changing. I think it's the right hand. I think it's my left hand controller, and I might know why. So, you know how, or some of you are probably aware that I'm dumping quite a lot of time into a certain game called Broken Edge. I did quite the jumping lunge yesterday and hit my control pad pretty hard into the wall. It then basically turned into a vibrator in that it was just jammed on vibrate until I removed the battery, so that was a lot of fun. So it might be, but then having said that, I would have expected more problems than that. So give me a minute, and we do all the little tests. So just so you guys know what I'm going through, just in case you ever have this, is obviously, as Sean's just said, you got to make sure you clean those cameras. You have got to check the batteries in your controllers. Make sure the batteries are mounted well within the controllers. What did we say? Clean camera. And then the last thing that I usually do, so clean those 4 cameras or at least give them a wipe. The last thing that I then usually do is check my environment and make sure nothing's changed or happened. I've got a drape that covers a specific window. Yeah, it's because, well, with putting the headset on and off can be a problem. Oh, mate, you can easily do a lot of things. Hey, dude, if we got time in the after party, you can come give me a game. Fancy it, Vega? Fancy it? Come on now, you have got the name of a Street Fighter character. If anybody's going to be able to challenge me, it's going to be you. Right. Let's see if that's got it. It might have been. I do have, even though I've said, you know, remove them, turn them around or whatnot, but I don't usually get any problems. One of the things that I've done, because of the aforementioned broken arrow, is I've moved the center of my play space off to the right a little bit, which kind of puts it in more of a line of sight of the mirror that I have in the room. So I've just taken the mirror down, and And see, this is the big problem with tracking issues that you can get in games. I will go back to full speed now. This is one of the issues that you can get with tracking in these games, is that there's a lot of fixes and nobody ever really knows which one did it, because there's lots of... Nobody does one of them and then, or at least I don't think anybody does one fix attempt and then checks and then does another and then checks. I think everybody does the same as me. Clean the lenses, change the batteries over, make sure the controllers are mounted, make sure you don't have a watch on, make sure there's no mirrors. You should do it one thing at a time, but I think you'd get different results each time. So anyway. Ooh, that one's a bit jumpy. Yeah, they do. I might power it up, because you love Pit of Emulation, everybody else hates it. So this is where decent points are at. This is where the risk is, because a watch can kill tracking. Alright, let's get that orphan quick sharp. I want her before she disappears, and I think she's in here. Now, dealing with orphans is a little bit different. Yeah, I'll explain more in a minute when I'm not quite as dangerous. Yes, I think a Fitbit would have the same effect as well. We might not be able to go as full of speed as I wanted to. Or maybe we should have saved full speed for later on. That sounds like a skeleton warrior. Now, do note that I am slow timing between each of my shots, even though there's nothing risky coming in, or we're not really in any immediate danger. Now, the reason being is because I'm throwing a lot of arrows out there, and immediate danger could be jumping down my throat at any time. I'm also trying to keep the executioner side of things going, but I don't think we're gonna be able to pull it off here. No, that's fine, mate. You crack on with your farming simulator. But yeah, the only reason why I can say for certain that it does have an effect, or I think it has an effect anyway, is I have played some games that are hand tracking only, have got hand tracking modes in them. And I found that my left hand kept on disappearing. Yeah, I found that this was on Rogue Ascent, which was a game that we played a little bit. And I found that my left hand occasionally kept on disappearing. And I found that when I took my watch off, it stopped. And I didn't put the events together previously, but as you can appreciate, as a Siege of Heaven player, sometimes I used to play with my watch on, sometimes I used to play with my watch off. Playing Siege of Heaven, you are going to notice these things a lot more often, but then there is the possibility as well that you guys might not be affected by it because a lot of you play horizontally. And I don't know, me playing vertically shouldn't have an effect, but the outside of my watch is also silver, so there's a possibility. So what I found was happening on Siege of Heaven, I mean, it could just be me being garbage or in a really bad area, but what I was finding on Siege of Heaven is I found that when I had my watch on, I got... when your hand does that sometimes and just fucking floats off, and it's never done that since I've not been wearing my watch to VR, so I kind of stopped for a while, and then I was wearing it again when I was playing Rogue Ascent. This isn't very fast, is it? This isn't very fast and furious and possibility of death. I need to stop talking and get playing. But yeah, try and jump in some lava. That'll sort us out, won't it? Sort us out lovely. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's the other possibility as well, is different things for different people. I use 1.5 volt batteries. I know not everybody does that. So that might could be, is as I've said previously, could be combination. Yeah, I know, right? Could be a massive combination of factors. I'll just get rid of you before you become a problem. You coming down? Yes, you are. Thought I was dead then. That explosion rumbled my controllers. No, explosions don't do that. Well, hello, chaps. Like, why would they put the lights on in the main game and not here? Answer me that. Someone's been tinkering around with the code, and as someone said here last time, they've probably upped the lighting so they can see what they're doing in a particularly dark area whilst they change something, and they forgot to change the code afterwards. And I think that is a solid theory, which I will wholeheartedly agree with. Woo. Yes, yeah, 1.5 volt batteries. Well, not suggested. 1.5 volt batteries are what it says the controller works with in the manual. So you can only really go off of what the manual says. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. You can use 1.2s. I'm sure, no problem. But when it comes to tracking, I try to cover as many bases, as many bits and pieces as possible. So I'll do 1.5 volt batteries. I'll try and remove all screens and all mirrors as best I can, and do everything. And this is part and parcel of the problem of finding out what affects tracking and what doesn't. Because there's a possibility that me having 1.5 volt batteries is, I don't know, it could be part of the reason of my aim and why I can play Siege and other people might struggle, because my tracking is a little bit more consistent. But I'd like to think that it's a combination of a lot of factors that will give you decent tracking or not. And so I remember back when I started Siege of Heaven, and I was getting annoyed with the fact I was getting annoyed with the factor that... Hang on, let's have a quick smoke. The problem with 1.5 is they're bloody difficult. The 1.5 volt batteries, the only problem that I find with them is they are full until they are not, and then they just fucking die, so you can't rely on the battery indicators for your controllers anymore, is the only problem that I find with them. Oh, it does work here. There we go. Didn't die in the pit, didn't go that fast. But yeah. I'd love to just be on fast autopilot, but when it's one hit death, I don't think I can afford to be. So I know it's going to come as a bit of a surprise and a shock to some of you, but brace yourselves, there may be moments of quiet. So yeah, let's try and get the speed up a little bit. You'll note how I am tapping the slow time button as I'm teleporting, and the reason being is to make sure that I end my jump in slow time. Now, there is the argument, that was a bad teleport arrow, there is the element that being this close and moving this fast is actually safer than doing everything long distance, because long distance you've got the possibility of missing, and then you've also got the ability or the possibility of return fire. That is also true. That is also true, Keith. Because of that, I managed to get myself a nice big displate on the big cream wall that's in front of me. So that it isn't just one big blank space, as Keith said. That's actually a really good one, dude. Well reminded. But yeah, points of reference. We get him? Yeah! So again, you'll see that I'm not concentrating on headshots. Part of the reason being is, well, we're trying to push the execution of things as best I can. And as I said, I could probably do it between sections, but then I can't really talk as much. So, as far as the executioner side of things is concerned, ultimately and ideally you want to be going for headshots because it's just additional points. By getting body shots and getting these kills, we're not making anything out of the enemies other than their executioner bonus. If we are headshotting them, we can be making both. If you are doing the slow and steady, drawing one out at a time, you can get the headshots and not the executioner bonus. So, but sod it, let's get in there and do our job. Now, part of the reason why I'm not going for headshots is because if I'm trying to be fast and I'm going to be in their face, I want to be trying to fire one arrow and getting one kill. Center of mass, well, it's easy to do. Headshots, there's the possibility that you'll miss. What do we also know about headshotting enemies as well is that there's the possibility that we might get some lovely pass through. And I would hate something as stupid as pass through to end a run. By pass through, for those of you who don't know, it's usually when you do multiple headshots on an enemy that you can get an element of the arrow passing through a head. Let's get... Yeah, that's 1.5 volt life right there, Cam. Oh, that was bad tracking. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to test out with this is the possibility of working the shield into the game. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Sean, is it shouldn't be. But the way that you've got to think about it is there's more of a probability of you missing a headshot than there is a body shot, right? And we don't want to be missing anything because of the factor that one hit and we're dead, right? I can't afford to miss a shot, or at least the first couple. What are we looking like? Not bad. Yeah, as I said, so yeah, to clear that up, this headshot pass-through thing is usually... Hello, Doge. This headshot pass-through thing is usually down to multiple headshots. That's all right, Rib. I can go by Rib. Not a problem. So one of the other things with this executioner style is it doesn't matter how far we are from the enemy, hence why we might as well make our life easy and do everything reasonably close. Because we are not scoring in the marksmanship category, we are not getting any bonus points for distance, so we might as well do everything close, which can then help to facilitate the headshot and make that a bit easier. Ooh. I mean, are you just going to keep going? I guess you are. Is he coming back down? My kind of night. Right. I hope they never ever remove that from the game. It's one of the things that I love about this, is it's all serious and archery and accuracy and headshots and body shots and being the executioner, embracing the inner Legolas, and then some guy just gets hit and flies and bounces off of corners. It's brilliant. By all means, turn the lights off and on. Never, ever lose that stupid level of ragdoll that just comes in every now and again. And also, don't change the frequency. The fact that it's a rare occurrence makes it even specialer. Right, we've got to watch out for the ones that can get trapped in the wall, because they could fucking end us. How many knights in here? No, there's not. That's good. Nice. Oh, one more. So, Now, what I was thinking is I could do Purgatory 1 in a... Hello, K2. I could do Purgatory in that style, and I think I probably could have put an extra maybe 10, 15 grand on that if I wasn't yammering as much. We could do Purgatory in that style and then do Purgatory in the slower... It's not bad, but then that's the problem, Cam. Fucking dangerous, or it can be if you're not used to. But what I was thinking is I could do Purgatory in one style, then Purgatory in another, or try and... What I was thinking would possibly be easier, but it's if I can survive, is try and do Paradise Lost in one cycle. And, do the Fast and Furious style-y in one cycle, and then go for the slower approach during the next cycle. Right, let's pay special attention to those Cupids. Never, even in the main game, never go for a Cupid headshot unless you are super confident in making them, because it's those Cupid headshots that will get you killed. Or going for them. Now, the one problem that we are going to have with trying to do this in a Fast and Furious style is there are times when I'm going to want to wait to see what comes. Yeah, I probably should do, but let's see what we can do executioner-wise. The other problem as well with this level is there's not a lot of points available, because everything... Well, the vast majority of the enemies are Cupids, so you're not going to be headshotting them anyway, and you're not going to be doing this quickly, or at least you fucking shouldn't be, because easy way to die. Ooh. Come on now. Get those hits. Keep on moving. Well, that's the kind of accuracy that we're after, really, isn't it? Look at this. Anyone think that was fucking offhanded? All that close range work. It was you. Let's get much higher. And let's get a little bit indoors whilst all those arrows are creaking. Oh, she's gone. I'm not saying that you can't do them. It's just the lining up of them can take those extra few seconds that you can't really afford. Oh, God. Let's take some cover here. Don't push me out. Stop it, wall. Yeah, they're shots that we haven't got time to make, or rather can't afford return fire on. I can get them. I'm definitely not going for them. And it would be purposely, I would find myself, it would be purposely going for them every time that would lose me life at higher cycles. Well, then you're in the right place, Cam. I'll place her. You don't have to. I'll just re-spark your interest in the game by dying in Paradise Lost whilst trying to go too fast. Hello. Again, absolutely spamming the hell out of that slow time button. And making sure I stay mobile and keeping my head on a swivel. God, this is not how I usually play Cycle 1. suppose that's what we're here for, right? So herein lies the problem with trying to find fast, is if you miss a Cupid whilst you are running fast, there's a possibility that you might miss an enemy and you'll catch something in the back. I still want that arrow. That'll do me. Alright, let's deal with them from up here. Get these boys sorted. Tracking's still not amazing. I would say as well, don't forget about ghosts. What, slow-mo in the main game without selecting a special? Letting go of the special. Letting go of slow-mo before you fire. It's one... The other thing that I will say is it's one thing that I am massively practiced in. Is part of the reason why I think I've told the story, but part of the reason why I initially started doing slow time a lot in this game was because of Siege of Heaven. And it wasn't for the reason that you'd think. It was because I kept on changing arrows and wasn't changing back to vanillas. So I was wasting special arrows. I wanted to be the guy that played Siege of Heaven, kind of like... Well, no, Harry plays Rage. He still does slow time. I wanted to be the guy that plays Siege of Heaven without slow time. And eventually I realised, well, hang on, I need slow time to make sure I'm selecting the right arrows after I've used a special arrow. And then on top of that, I was kind of like, you know what, this probably works differently. Oh, something I forgot to mention at the start of the stream as well. Full, what's the word? Oh, lovely headshot. I'm trying to think now. Fuck. Anyway, it doesn't matter what the word is. I have made a point of not putting the adverts on that you would have to skip. I have put the adverts on that might pop up that you, if you don't want them in the middle of the screen or on the side of the screen, you would have to press on the little X. Now, I figured that means that, you know, for anybody who's not watching and listening, doesn't matter. I don't want the skippable, or I don't want the adverts where you have to skip or skippable during the live stream. I will turn them on afterwards. I want to make sure... Oh, disclosure. That's the word that I was looking for, that I was struggling for. Full disclosure! But yeah, I want to make sure that the live stream experience isn't interrupted. And for those of you that are watching it live, I'll whack on all the adverts of people catching it afterwards. But I don't want to, because I think a few of you said that the skippable adverts and the non-skippable adverts come up whilst I'm playing. And yeah, fuck that. No, thank you. But yeah, I would have said it'll be, as Cam said, it'll be a very close, a bad teleport followed by a speedy shot. Cupids just being Cupids, but that's not too bad. Stuck in the wall there. Skeleton warriors doing their jumping strike teleport. Skeleton archers just being skeleton archers in general. And ghosts for me. Not paying attention to ghosts and them getting you whilst you're taking cover behind a wall. Namely, because I've been hit by them so many times, the ones that guard... Come on. The ones that guard the pit entrances. Because they're easy to alert and easy to forget about whilst you are dicking about. Right, let's get this speed back up. Ah, do you know what it feels like, chat? Do you know what this mode kind of feels like? Just need a Divine Sight times 3 or Divine Sight times 5 and I'd be there, living the dream of runner. There you go. What's that, 10 minutes into the stream? Oh, I missed it so. I'd love to deny it, Cam, I really would. It should be no surprise. I've told you all that you need to congratulate and destroy yourself whilst playing. Whenever you play, you congratulate the good stuff and you berate yourself when you're doing silly things. I know I do. I mean, I don't go as far as have a full conversation with myself, but I mean, there's times when it's close. Although, having said that, my missus and my children today pointed out, as I know, but made me sound out like a crazy person because I'm putting some voiceovers together for videos, and of course if I'm like taking a trip to go and put the kettle on or go to the toilet or something along those lines, I'll say the words out loud as I'm walking down various corridors and various bits and pieces, and narrating what I'm planning to say in the video to make sure I get the wording right or what have you. And yeah, I mean, I'd imagine they used to probably burn people at the stake for that sort of behaviour. Hell, they'd probably burn me for what I'm doing right now. Techno wizardry. That sounded like it was behind me. Yeah. Being loud and trying to go fast is a bad combination. And it's only going to get worse the further we go. Let's try and get you. That get you? Might have got you. Yeah, that got you. Has he gone outside? I definitely heard one teleport in. Where'd you go? So, there you go. So that's one of the things, I think we've talked about it previously, that Cupids will try and teleport into your line of sight, but there's times where they will teleport to somewhere that should technically be in your line of sight, but there's wall in the way, and so that can cause them to teleport round these corners. Yeah, I know. God damn it. Come on. Oh, God. Oh, Cam. Here you go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nice little easy walk. Me and Cam were talking about this. Hello. Me and Cam were talking about this the other day. This might get me killed. But yeah, there's a lot of this bit that you can walk around and teleport. Go, Cam. I thought this was the one that I was talking about, and then there is another one as well. I mean, I'm definitely locomotioning, but yeah, there's no path here. Yeah, it doesn't go all... Oh, does it go all the way around? No. I do have an invisible catwalk here. That's quite right. It's kind of fucked me up a little bit, though, because now I've got to get back up without getting killed. Let's... Oh, it's not too bad, actually. We can go this way. No one ever comes down here, because there's never anything down here. This part of the level is absolutely and completely redundant. So's this bit. Yeah, I think there's a few places like that that I've teleported to accidentally. Yeah, this bit's redundant as well. We can get you. Well, there goes the speed. It's fucking bled out the game completely. Let's get up high, come back down. No, it's not redundant for your cycle skipping, I guess. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's redundant to the enemy. It's redundant to the scoring player, I suppose, because there's... I mean, it's the sort of place where I would put, like, a little hidden treasure or, you know, something. Make us check, make us explore. It's the one thing that I do think that this... Well, I mean, you say that. Harry Pear is the king of the side game. Harry Pear is king of the side hustle, and I will never let him forget it. Although, having said that, whenever I say things like this to Harry Pear, he then he then goes and ups his game in other departments. I was ribbing him about being king of the side game as far as Siege of Heaven for quite a while. So he then came and dethroned me on Runner. But again, it's only a matter of time, really. That's what the last tournament was about. It's only a matter of getting the right drops and how much time you've got to make sure they happen. I'll be honest, I don't think Harry would be going any... Where is she? Is she up there? Yeah, this is dangerous. Ooh, 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 ooh. Was she down the bottom? She's down the bottom. Let's get her. Then Arby? Arby? Oh, Arby. Interesting question. Arby hasn't played a lot. Arby is... both of them are very skilled. However, Harry has... Yeah, it's a very loaded question. Cheers. Harry... They both have different play styles. Arby can get a lot of points out of the game without using rage mode. I'm sure Harry could as well, but Harry is very well practiced in rage mode. A better, more controversial question would be, who do I like more as a person out of Harry and Arby? And that answer's easy. I like Arby much more than I like Harry, and the reason being is because Harry will be the guy that I've always talked about within the Siege of Heaven side of things that will push the nuclear button, so to speak. He will raise the game to a point where if you want to compete, like, you know, get top 5, top 10, maybe even top 50 one day, you have to do rage mode. And yeah, that's annoying. I don't want to have to do rage mode. I like the pace of Siege of Heaven. I always have. But now it's getting to the point where unless you can rage like 90% of the map, which is what I think he does, then if you can't do that, then technically you can't compete for the top spot. I'd like to see Jarek come back. I haven't even seen this yet. Oh, he can't even walk up it. Oh, yes, he can. There we go. Can I shard in? Let me shard in. Yes. I haven't seen Jarek back either. And I think if Jarek was there, he would give him a run for his money. So... have they made this lighter too? Don't know. Right. This one isn't too bad points-wise. But yeah, look at that, see? I mean, Paradise Lost is a shorter level, and there is no pits as well. We managed to make probably less points in the entirety of Paradise Lost than we did within 2 sections of Purgatory. Yeah, I suppose there's that. But you don't the Siege of Heaven, though, do you? You don't know how. There's no crossbow. I would like to see you playing Siege of Heaven, though, Cam. I'm sure everybody would. I mean, if you're looking for something, a new mode to start or a new game type to get into, well, Siege of Heaven is... well, I think it's very interesting. I know you've said in the past that you don't. Who here would like to see Cam stream his learning process and his attempts at Siege of Heaven to try and get a decent score? And also, on that note, who here would like to see a red team versus blue team of Siege of Heaven? Oh, who's... oh, hang on. Who's... sorry, I thought we were talking about... who are you talking about? Oh, sorry, ID. Sorry, I thought... right, okay. Oh, what, Matt Part... sorry, yeah, I didn't realise. There you go, Cam. Yeah, but that's the point, Cam. People don't want to see people good. People don't want to see people do well. People want to see good people fail. It's much more entertaining. I need to be going faster. Otherwise, I'm not giving the people what they want. In fact, that's a point. I should test that. No, that one doesn't say Rob. One of the interesting things... That's risky. Never do that. Never shield bash a skull in Mortal. You are asking for trouble. Even I can't do it left-handed. As far as Matt's concerned, I don't know what's gone on there. Hello, Debs. I'd imagine... Bear in mind, I'm just doing this to call him out. I'd imagine it's probably my level of skill, chat. It's just, he's come back to the game, you know, and thought, oh my god, it's going to be too difficult to compete with Rob these days. I better slink back into the darkness like a good little boy. That's what I would imagine has happened. So, not that I'm trying to appeal to Matt's competitive spirit. Anything along those lines? Not at all. I believe that wholeheartedly. 100% true. 100% facts. You heard them here first, ladies and gents. Matt isn't starting up his tutorials because he is too scared. Too scared. That's what we think. Let's call him out. Might actually work. You never know. No, I got a lot of time for Matt. I hope he does come back. But then this is the thing, is like, you know, real life comes first, unfortunately, as I always say. Oh, shit. Neither of those got Rob on them. Hello. Ugh. And that is why you use your slow time button even when you think you're safe. So that as what you guys might not have seen there is I was hammering that slow time button whilst I was just standing around looking, getting to the habit of it, because it can keep you alive, especially in this mode. Oh, look at these shots. Come on now. Uh-oh. That is a possibility. But then it's as I said to you, Cam. Hello, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi with the fucking timing once again. He's a funny guy. Good one, mate. So, it's one of the things that we should discuss quite quickly whilst it's fresh in my mind, is I'm going to have to change my terminology ever so slightly with Mortal, because that, in my impression, or in my estimation, is an orphan assassination. What we're doing in Fletcher, close, is an orphan executioner. I mean, but the more people you have, and regardless of whether he thinks there's nothing more to be discovered, or nothing more to do, or nothing of that ilk, well, I mean, Cam actually said something similar to me when he was first looking. I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but said something quite similar to me, to those sort of words. Not as harshly, I guess, when he was first looking at doing YouTube videos, in that, you know, I've done a lot. What more is there to do? And like, even if there is nothing more to do, as I am a big proponent of pushing, is there are people, because I'm one of them, that learn... No, that's a wrong way to put it. There's people that learn differently from others. That's pretty fucking obvious. No revelations there. There's people that learn I'll just tell you the roller derby story, because that's probably an easier way to put it into words, but I think I've said this one before. I was trying to learn a specific skating move. Somebody spent fucking all day trying to teach me how to do it, and it just wasn't sinking in. I then spent half an hour with somebody else who told me it in her way of doing it, or her language, or whatever you want to call it, or her methodology of explaining something, and I was doing it within like an hour. Now, you know, there is the possibility that I was ready to pull the maneuver off. Yes, that is a possibility, K2, actually. It might, because I know he didn't have a PC previously, so he might have found that there is no way for him to stream unless he's got a PC. I think the last time I spoke to him he had a PC. Can't remember. But yeah, you can never do the same thing enough times. The only concern that I ever have with what I'm doing in IDU is treading over old ground. If I've already done it, unless I've got any major revelations to bring to the table, then there's no real point of me doing it again, because it's already been done. Hello. Yep. Yep. And the more people you've got doing the same thing, the more chance... Nope. No, I am not. That's exactly what I said to him, Sean. But then that's the thing, is you don't need a PC with phones these days. And I don't think he's a major techie either. Yeah, exactly. Because you'll get different ways and means and methodologies for different bits and pieces. Yeah, but everyone's got a PC though, right? I thought everyone had a PC. But yeah. But again, though, there's me saying that. It's part of the reason why I'm on Quest, and part of the reason why... I should really start putting it in the description, really. It's part of the reason why everything that I do... Or, yeah, I don't think I've done anything that's anything to do with PC... or that you would require a PC, because I just assume that anybody who has a Quest... will play stuff on the Quest. There you go. Well, no, get on Siege of Heaven, Cam, and see you later. Siege of Heaven. See, that's what they want to see. Watch the fails. Let's clear this out quick. We've definitely slowed down. You're not worth any points. We've still got a pit to do, haven't we? Now, steady on. Let's get that one at the back. Let's clear this area out, because I don't think we've done very well on the speed front. Yeah, that's the part... Like, if the lighting is supposed to be low, why is this like this? Why is he completely in the dark? It's not... It has not been done on purpose, I swear. Well... Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, it seems like a very strange maneuver to, like, completely capsize free advertisement to save a little bit of money. So, yeah, seemed a very strange maneuver. Where was that pit? Oh, it was down the bottom, wasn't it? Yeah, it seemed a very strange maneuver to me. Oh, it's... good old memory. Yeah, very strange maneuver that it used to be so simple. And for those of you who didn't know, there used to be a time where you could just literally fucking press a button and you were streaming live to Facebook. Didn't have to use a PC, didn't have to use any other programs. You can technically still do it. it's a shame Cam's gone, actually, because he would have told us, because he was looking at streaming directly from his headset to his phone, but apparently it was shit. Well, yeah. I look at the whole, or what I'm doing, along the lines of, right, so if someone's got a quest and they're interested in watching me, what's the point of me showing you something that you can't do? I mean, it kind of completely eliminates the point of me doing tutorial videos if some people can play them and some people can't. Yeah, I know it's very laggy. So we're going to assassinate this orphan. So yeah, I'm going to change my terminology now. From now on, this is what I would class as an orphan assassination, because you are literally doing it from a distance, or doing it with a one shot, and that you can do it from a different distance. Whereas an orphan execution, I feel, suits the term better for being up close and personal. So we'll go with... And the reason being is because I'm interested to see if an orphan assassination playstyle would do well. Because then you're maximising points and saving time. Cam's already shown us that half of that can be done, as in the actual cycle skipping element that would get you there. Look at that, he's still on. Look at that. Yeah, Cam's shown us that half of that, the element of cycle skipping, can take you very far. And to be fair, in that circumstance, for me then to be able to get up to the level that Cam's got up to very quickly, but also with more points, so I have to put less work in, because work smart, not hard, then I'd want to try and kill the orphans on the way. Yes, I understand that that is risky, very risky, because it'll be orphans that could potentially get you killed. But when they're always one shot... No, that is true, but that's why I would have said that you don't rooftop hop. You want to be bottom dwelling. I know I take the piss out of... Well, no, I don't take the piss. Well, I do a bit. I take the piss out of bottom dwelling, you know, cowardly plays, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's safer. It's... What are you ultimately trying to do as far as doing bottom dwelling or rooftop hopping? Well, you are trying to get through the level as fast as possible. What can you also not afford to do whilst you are trying to do that? Well, taking hits. And so bottom dwelling is perfect for mortal. Yes, that is quite right, but then with a little bit of shot discipline... No worries, cheers Wi-Fi. As we know... 2 seconds. I'll quick smoke and a drink. I'll actually do one of these sections quickly at the moment, because this has been a bit of a fail, because strangely, I've had things to say. Yes, there are parts where you have to jump to danger zones. But if you jump to them correctly and kill the enemies without sending arrows flying all over the place, you can do so in a silent manner, so you can then use them as part of your bounding strategy. Yes, it's risky, but it's a lot less risky than just doing what I do and jumping over the top of every single rooftop to get to where you need to be. I want to take those out now. I think I've mentioned before that those skulls, even though they technically class as a headshot and are a headshot, do not score you headshot points. They do, however, I believe, count towards your executioner thing that we've talked about, the whole 10-second timer and adding one on. The one thing that I didn't get a chance to discover... Uh-oh. There is a way back. I could show you if we get there. Well, if you're bottom dwelling, you can take it slower and steadier, and then it's a case of taking it slow and steady at the bits where you have to be risky. So I think it's again, like, this is part and parcel of the, like, you know, Cam does the bottom dwelling thing a lot better than I do. I go down there occasionally, but I don't know. I'm either doing it for Mortal may change things for me, and I might learn it or learn some routes. For me, bottom dwelling is against what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get far into the game as fast as possible. Rooftop hopping is the way for that, because you don't need to really worry too much about taking too many hits, unless once you get into the later cycles. And once you get into the later cycles, well, then you stop rooftop hopping. So again, you don't need to worry about getting hit whilst rooftop hopping, because you're not rooftop hopping. One of the things that I didn't get a chance to discover in the tournament, because I was spending far too much time into... Or did I? I don't know. I suppose I'll never know. Is whether skulls that have been exploded by proximity actually count towards your kills. Because I do wonder if they actually count as an environmental kill. You definitely get the gold for them, but it's... Oh, that was risky. It's whether they count towards your executioner timer, because technically you didn't kill them. They blew themselves up. Do then the explosions that they cause and the damage that they cause count as kills? Technically you didn't kill the first enemy, so there's the possibility that that's also a no. One of the reasons why I know these things is, I think I told you lot the story of... Oh, almost forgot about you, because I was getting distracted talking. I think the story that I told you guys was... Come on, quick. I was looking for a way that could be replicated by anybody for us to get those community kills in... Which mode? In any mode, I suppose. Because all the different Fletchers were on all the different sigils were on all the different modes, weren't they? And I was looking for recreatable ways to get those kills in. And one of the things that I found is that Real Fishing's awesome. I've played a little bit of that. Very good graphics, I must say. Not my kind of game, but definitely fantastic graphics. So yeah, one of the things that I found is the incubi. Let's get you guys before you get too close. The incubi, until you kill them in Asmodeus's... Let's just make sure we don't take a hit. Until you kill the incubi, the lava levels do not stop raising. Again, I think I've said this, but it's a good one. The lava levels do not stop raising on Asmo's platforms until you kill the incubi. So if you kill the first incubi, that's the first incubi that comes along. If you never kill... Good job that I was invincible while I was teleporting then, otherwise that would have been dead. If you don't kill the first incubi that comes along, the lava levels rise continuously. And, well, I thought they would just rise up far enough to cover the platforms, but they keep going and going. Probably not in for executioner, so I'll finish the story before we carry on. But the lava levels keep going and going and going. And what I was hoping to have happen was that we would be able to kill the incubi when the lava level was at the point where it would kill the cupids that spawn in from Asmo, so that they would literally spawn in under lava and die. And I got that to happen. I don't know if anybody wants to see it. It takes a while to do, and it's not really that interesting. But I can tell you the results, and the results are those count as environmental kills and do not count as actual kills. You don't get any gold from them anyway, because those enemies are basically the equivalent of a summoner's enemy. So you don't get any points from it. You don't get any kills from it because you technically haven't killed them, which is what makes me think that skulls might have a similar behavior. But it was an interesting exercise. I was kind of hoping to be able to show people how to airwalk all the way out there, do the bits and pieces, park yourself into a position where you couldn't be hit, and then just let the kills rain in, so that we definitely I didn't care about finishing first. I cared on that community challenge. I cared about making sure that we got the good stuff regardless, which is again why towards the end I shared the curse thing that I was doing, but not the whole the bit that I didn't tell you guys, because I figured it meant that I could get a lot of kills for us without Super Bright turning it off. That was my fear. As I said, once we'd got it, I think I stopped doing it completely, and I was quite happy to be taken over scoreboard-wise, because didn't even get a first medal for that one. But yeah. But we got the glove, we got the shield, and whatever else there was. What was it? Shield, shard, and... No, shield, glove, and legend points. Damn you. So, one of the other tactics we might want to talk about within the old mortal mode is luring and cornering. And I would have said that both of those tactics are off the table because they can be fucking dangerous. Yeah, shield and glove on legend points. So yeah, cornering and luring can be... I mean, they're fairly useful in here, but you... just quickly show why. So luring could be difficult. If you fire over... in mortal mode over towards an enemy and then wait for them to teleport in, as Cam's talked about, they the way that he usually dies in mortal is if he teleports into a monk that's already prepped to fire and gets the shot off as he teleports. They can do that. It is a glitch, I'm pretty sure, because they don't do it very often, but they can do that when they actually teleport as well. They can come in either half drawn, fully drawn, or just ready to fire. So luring can be quite difficult, or could be potentially deadly. The other problem as well is cornering. Now, cornering as in standing here, alerting enemies, waiting for them to come round, dispatching them nice and easily with body shots, headshots, or what have you. The only problem with that is sometimes you can have perfect positioning, and they will sometimes come through the wall or hit through the wall or do something a little bit different as to what you're after. We can't afford for them to do anything different because we can only take one fucking hit and then it's game over. So, yeah. So I reckon we will check points. Is everybody okay with me? I know, like, Vega, do you fancy a bit of a Broken Edge duel? I don't like doing that sort of thing on a stream, but if it's one of the people that's in chat and you're happy with it, then in that circumstance I don't mind. Might get you to go and warm up. If you're still here, that is. But yeah, and chat, I don't know if you want to see that or not. Me get decimated by Vega on Broken Edge. But after we've done plenty more, obviously. Who is it that was saying about the teleporting thing? You got stuck behind. One of the things that you could do... Oh, did you go through that? No, that's fine. There's no rush, dude. What time are we on? Let's have a look. Yeah, no, there's no rush, dude. I'm like shitloads of battery. I would like to do a slow and steady playthrough before we attempt that. Should have led with the slow and steady playthrough, really. So if you did get stuck behind there, you should be able to pause and walk out. If you got stuck behind there and if you were stuck in the geometry, then your best bet would be to use the Oculus button and try and position yourself so that you can move yourself out as far as possible. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, you might be like, might be my M. Bison. Who knows? Definitely not my Vega. Vega's way too cool. Right, let's go to Purgatory. Yeah, if you did get stuck behind there, there's always a way out of a lot of those situations. Was it Ray who keeps a stepladder nearby, just like me, so that he can... I'm sure it was one of you guys in chat that told me that you keep a stepladder nearby so that you can climb out of holes when you get put on them in this game. That's fucking hilarious. I do have a ladder, but it's for taking shots. Oops, saved and quit. Wrong button. I have to cut that out now. Idiot. Press the right button. I didn't even check score, did I? Fucking hell. Fucking getting well ahead of myself here. So what we're going to do is I'll go and check the score on that one, see what the score was like, and then we're going to go and play Mortal another way with another set of lessons. We shouldn't have to use slow motion quite as quickly. The reason why I want to do this is because the ultimate lesson is going to be do both, as I think LG commented on earlier, is that you play fast when you play fast and then you play slow when you play slow. And it's so that you can A, score effectively, and B, keep yourself entertained, but not get killed. These are always concerns. Right, let's go and check score first. So what did we get on that? So 517, and so just over 500,000. And as you saw, I was not going for very many headshots, and I wasn't even going that fast. So a lot of that score... We should die, shouldn't we? Fuck it, I don't care. Do this again. I'm going to have to do this again anyway, and the next way to do it is going to be better scoring. Let's die and go and have a look at the breakdown, because I don't think there'll be that much in execution. The vast majority of that is going to be pits. What should we die by? What would be the most embarrassing thing to die by? Oh, got two of them. This is something that I wanted to experiment with as well, but it doesn't work as well as I want it to. Kind of have to clothesline them. Shield only run when. Okay, let's clear them out. Bam! Get out of my airspace! Bam! Doesn't always register either, which is a bit annoying. Oh, right into the fucking wall. Bam! Is it valid? Not really. If it took out multiple, it would be brilliant, but it doesn't. Or not consistently enough. But yeah, if anybody is interested in shielding, I found that trying to clothesline them is probably most effective. But it doesn't always work. And getting a bit lower. Thing is, I shouldn't really be doing this. I don't think it's doing much for our score. It's something I should... Right. Sorry, chat. I'm going to make this into a quick experimental stream. I'm going to go get killed first. Abomination. That was definitely an abomination hit. Boo! Tragedy! Current score. What? Well, this is what we're going to have a look at, Doctor. Doctor? This is what we're going to have a look at, Zog. Dr. Zog. Why no breakdown? Will it give me a breakdown if I quit? Better do. That's the whole point of dying. Good. Okay, not too bad then. So you would expect a decent executioner score, possibly higher than Marksman on earlier cycles. But our executioner bonus is only a little bit more than our saviour bonus, and that's for taking out all of the orphans. Why is that so low? Did I miss an orphan? That should be like 200,000. What did I not do? Definitely got the one at the start. Definitely got the one in the pit. 5 orphans. 25k for the first. 25k for each one on the level. So that should be 75,000. Oh, right. Yeah, of course it's on the Pit Dweller score, isn't it? Fucking idiot. So yeah, that Pit Dweller score, there is... What would that be? 63,500 times 2 within that Pit Dweller. So yeah, Pit Orphans give you the 25,000 in Saviour, and then they give you the rest of the points within Pit Dweller. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that would be right, 25k across the 5. So yeah, as you can see, we got as many Executioner points, or only barely over as many Executioner points as we did Saviour. If you can play that way, it can be, as long as you abuse the hell out of slow motion. So, what do you say? 63,500, isn't it? Or yeah, something like that. It's a couple of thousand. So yeah, the point is, if you were looking for another mode where you have to, and you don't want to do Siege of Heaven to learn, to ingrain slow time into your playstyle, soul, mind, set, whatever, Mortal is quite a good shout for learning how to, because if you can't, you will die, basically. And on that bombshell, let's go and play it another way. What else do we need? Is there anything else really that we need to look at there? Let's go and have a quick look at what sort of score I can get by just shield bashing, shall we? I'm going to try and clear an area whilst just shield bashing. See what it awards us. I know I should save this for the testing stream, but it's fresh in my head now and I'll forget otherwise. And I'm sure it'll be amusing when I die. But I want to see, because you want to be staying in slow motion the vast majority of time. Oop. Whoa. God, it's not easy to do. When you're trying to, anyway. Because the whole idea is you need to teleport past things. And that's sometimes not easy. And it looks like the maximum number of enemies that you can take out at a time is 2, I think. Yes, got him. The old clothesline technique. Although that one is quite funny. You know how I was saying earlier about the whole ragdoll thing? Teleporting in front of an enemy with your shield on can absolutely send them, and it looks very funny. Doesn't happen very often. Usually by accident. Right, I promise I'll only do this for one. Close the line. Missed him. Close the line. Got the wrong one. Damn it! And there's the problem with using the shield in that circumstance. I mean, that's a reasonably good sample size. Let's see what it gave us. I bet it'll have just given us money and not a lot else. Might have got an executioner in there. Yeah, well, no marksman then. So there you go. There's another bombshell for you, chat. You want to be the true executioner? Just use the shield. Ah, dear. Could actually use that now that I'm thinking on. I could use that to prove and disprove some things about Executioner. Let's say, chat, that you were my muse then. Well done, chat. Excellent work. We can use that in another stream. Anyway. I have some ideas now in what I'm going to do in my next testing stream. Because if I can completely eliminate marksmanship from the values at the end when I'm doing my testing side of things, and if we put it on to say something like mortal, I could confirm things like, do the skulls count when they are just exploded and by you standing next to them? So what we're going to do this time we're going to try and play proper. This time we're going to play the long distance game, and we're going to try and get as many headshots as we can, but we're going to take it nice and slow and steadily because we can. We're still going to abuse the fuck out slow time, but we are going to try, as I've discussed in one of my videos previously, we are going to try and construct these headshots, because as those of you, as most of you who watch the channel will know, it isn't just about getting the headshot, it's also about the distance that the arrow has to cover to get that headshot. Marksman increases or decreases based on two factors. Well, it started by you getting the headshot, and then is increased the further you are away from your target when you do so. Ergo Marksman. We are not trying to get Executioner here, but because it's only one hit kills, we're probably going to end up with a little bit by accident. If anything, I could probably afford to be constructing even longer headshots than I'm doing. Hello, ladies. But then the danger of constructing these long-range headshots is return fire. That's a rubbish shot, mate. Now, if we can deal with... Woo! That was a good one. If we can deal with... Don't even know if you can see these guys on chat. That was rubbish. If we can deal with the archers in this immediate area, it then opens up the possibility... The fuck's that noise? Is that my phone? Must be my phone. Bear with. What the fuck? Oh, alarm. Right. So yeah, if we deal with the archers up here, it then opens up the possibility of being able to get not easy headshots, but so we were talking about the other day of how enemies that can do ranged attacks, i.e. knights, if you reduce the amount of target that you are giving them, they won't throw the axes. The same is also true if they do not have a path to you and there is massive range. Again, it's all part of the union that the knights have. Obviously, you know, there's some sort of embargo on wasting axes on adventurers that are too far away. You know, save the pennies and the pounds look after themselves, or so they say. Save the throwing axes and the regular axes look after themselves, I guess. Damn. As I said, it's those ones that are the risky ones. Damn. Damn. On the move? Oh, he stopped. There we go. What about you? Nope. Gap shot? Gap shot? Oh, he stopped. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah. Employee Knights from Poundland. Damn it. Yes. And again on the note of long-range headshots, what is a good judge of you knowing that you are pulling the maximum amount of points out of a headshot at distance? Well, the first one is that you are doing 990 odd damage and that you are doing a full draw. Those 2 points are important. The next is that you just then, from that point on, increase the distance even more so. There is a point where it doesn't matter how much more distance you put on, you won't get any more score. I couldn't tell you that exact distance, but I know that there is mist involved at that distance usually. And that's how you'll really maximise your score as far as Marksman is concerned. The problem is, in this mode, it's probably as difficult, if not more so, than in the regular mode. And the reason being is because if you are just slightly off and the arrow hits a shoulder or a neck or something along those lines, you are not going to get a second chance because that enemy would be dead. Because one hit kills, as we know. So, probably not the best place to practice your marksmanship side of things. On the flip side of that, if you are shooting an enemy to try and get marksman and you accidentally hit them in the body, at least they've been dealt with. So that would then stop you getting into long-range archery duels. So there's two sides of that coin, I guess. Fuck me, Sean. Immolation again? Jesus Christ, what is it? I'm going back out. Have a quick wet of water and then we'll crack on. Right. So now the other thing as well is, what am I expecting score-wise? What am I expecting to be better? Well, the one thing that I can tell you is I would expect an executioner play style. I'd expect somebody who can do both would obviously work the best. Rubbish. I would expect an executioner play style to outperform a solely marksman score in this mode, I think. And the reason being is somebody who is trying for executioner has a lot easier time of it than trying to headshot everything. I might give myself a bit of a break when it comes to Cupids in Paradise Lost, because that will get us killed, and I wouldn't normally go for headshots on those anyway. Uh-oh, mistakes have been made. Time to move. I wish the shard used to work like it used to. Damn it. The other thing that I've got to bear in mind as well, I don't know how much you guys can see. I know I've upped the streaming quality recently, but that's the other problem with playing at these sort of marksmanship distances, is how much you guys can actually see. But I assume that you can see those guys, and this is a nice place to take shots from on them. Damn it. Steady. Where's that orphan? Oh, good. She's in the fucking there. I might have alerted her then. Think I did. Let's assume we did. And execute the little blighter. And then we go. Or assassinate, rather, the little blighter. Yeah, I did again though, as I said, like at the So at the sort of ranges that I'm saying you want to be going for Marksman, I mean, I can barely see the enemies, so you guys are possibly going to struggle. I've watched some of my video playbacks of like long range shots when I've like uploaded them to YouTube, and I'm thinking, how the hell I could see that, but why is the video not showing it? So, but then one of the other things is there has been a little change in the Oculus OS for video quality, which means that I don't have to do these well, for streaming I still have to keep it to this like boxy picture, which, as you know, I moved to the left and pop you guys in on the stream for a variety of reasons. But they have changed it now so that I can, if I remember to put it on, I can have my videos recorded in full, what is it, 1920 by 1080? So, which I am going to be doing, but I haven't done a video for ages. That's a point for those of you that are listening at the moment. What would you prefer to see next? Because there's 2 videos that I'm drafting at the moment. I'm doing a how to make money in the radius one, because I think that one kind of makes itself for the fact that I've played recently, or played through recently, and have a better idea of the economy of that game. But the 2 technically, yes, you would get the 25,000 for the kill, but you wouldn't get anything else because she died. But it's possibly worth, yeah, because it wouldn't be part of the marksmanship category. It wouldn't matter, because the orphan is one of the few in that category because she has her own category, i.e. the saviour side of things, which then would be like, well, I wonder how shield bashing works in the pit. But these are all questions that I can answer in my next, because this gives me some more things to add to what I wanted to check out in the next one of the testing streams that we do. So yeah, I was going to put off the 2 videos that I was planning was going to be the latest tactics on Anakim. I'd imagine so, yeah, I don't see why not, especially in this mode. But yeah, the latest on Anakim tactics with the whole night locking side of things and a few other bits and pieces that have been discovered. The other video that I want to do is a proper orphan hunting guide, but I'll be honest, even... Oh, what was that? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Is that showing up on the... No, it's not. Uh-oh, I could be in trouble here, chat. I can't do anything. Yo, you little shit! Did that actually show up on the stream? The game, like, struggled massively. I bet it didn't. I'll have to go back and watch that. Did that just look like I was standing in front of a skeleton waiting for him to chop me? Oh, did it? Good. At least I'm not going fucking crazy then. I wonder what that was. Might have been some kind of spike of some description. Right, we're going to have to be a bit quicker here, otherwise I'm not going to get to play Broken Edge with Vega. Hello, JJ. We are just looking at... I've done my Executioner style Mortal. Yeah, that was fucking horrible. So we've done our Executioner Mortal run, and we got just over 500,000. And now we're doing more of a Marksman style, which will be a lot slower and laborious. and almost got killed down to fucking game starter, I think that was, or something. I've never had it that bad before. That was really bad. Did you have it in the same place, Stealthio, or? Right. Marksmanship time. What time are we on? Talking of time. This isn't very marksman-y, is it? Let's pull him out a bit further. Yeah, I know you're a I know you're an Executioner fan just like me. I'd like, oh fucking come on. I'd like to think it's the way to play Mortal, but it's not safe. I may have made it look, well, I don't think I made it look easy, but I think I may have made it look easier than it could be. Again, more that, well, experience is obviously going to be a factor, but the other problem with that playstyle is I don't think you're going to be able to play forever like that, because there will come a cycle where even though you are abusing slow time, enemies will be able to react in their groups faster than you can deal with them, because that's one of the things that happens as we go down the cycles. Enemies get faster in their reaction time. They get alerted in bigger groups, because I believe their radiuses for... well, that was a freebie at the end there. Their radiuses for alertness increase. Also, shot speed and accuracy increase, and just general walking speed increases as well. Well, these are all the shots. Like, if that is the new lighting change, then why isn't this well lit? I don't know. Hey, there we go. There's a refresh button. Hey! So tonight, you guys learn about quick play style and execution playstyle and long range. I get to learn there's a reset button. Right. Should be now though. Good. Thank you. Try not to do too much. There's a bit of executioner there. Oops. So here's a thought then, because obviously we're coming up on something like time, and I'm very keen to fight Vega in, 73%, we've got a bit of time. Does anyone want to see me continue this? Like, see how far I can get cycle-wise? Because, I mean, I'm quietly confident that I can chat to you guys whilst I play this mode and get a decent score, but it's whether it's something you want to see streamed or not. I mean, I think the Fletcher, or the way that I play Fletcher, is a lot more entertaining, but I do need to get a Mortal score up on the board at some point, so it's a thing that I could do. We need to get you. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. If I can't hit her. Uh-oh. That was almost a loss. So, just in case anyone didn't know there, my atrocious accuracy almost cost me that orphan. Before she was able to rise, there was two options that I had there. But before she was able to rise, I was able to teleport quick enough to her, which blocks her. Missed a lot of shots there, and that was terrible accuracy on my part. I think I'm ready to play Broken Edge, chat. Heard a hiss behind me. Oh, it's you guys. You guys. But yeah, I'd be quite keen to play. Or, keen, that's a bit strong. I would play through Mortal. Only so that you guys can hear me gasp when I die unexpectedly. Because I'm sure that'll definitely happen. See? Can practice whilst we're waiting. Easy. Easy gasp. I might choke myself though. Just like when the battery went that one time. Right. Yeah, that's weird. That I wonder how much of that little stream fart thing was on YouTube's end. So this is only cycle 1. Oops. Hey, there we go. This is only cycle 1, so this is easy doors. We've already done well, it started out fast and furious, but the longer I went, the more I found to talk about, so it started getting slower and slower. But we've already done a Executioner E style run and gone through an entire cycle. And I'll show off a little bit then and get 3 in a row, shall I? Yes. See that? Oh, you did? He saw it. Yes. Well, I'd say they're a lot harder with the crossbow. But yeah, so we've already done a Fast and Furious style E. Now we're playing the way that I think you should kind of default to. And to be fair, you shouldn't have to invoke your fast game within this mode, because your fast game is probably what will get you killed. As long as... But then you should possibly, depending on how far you want to get, you should possibly be trying to do a homage of both. Staying at distance, hitting headshots. Oh, we completed a cycle. I completed Abyss, and then I was gonna keep the run, but then I thought, well, if we die, we'll get to see the exact breakdown score-wise and see just how fast and furious it was. An Executioner category was only just higher than our Saviour points. So it was like 129,000, which, as JJ will tell you, for Executioner isn't actually that great. But I didn't think the Executioner bonus would be that good, because you haven't got special arrows to work with. But then I forget that everything's one-hit kills. Because, you know, I haven't had a massive amount of experience in this. I can only tell you what I can go off of. Should have been... I construct the headshot in this room every time. Yeah, pit multiplier as well. Yeah, so there would have been... to be fair, the pit was where we first started slowing down, because I was being asked questions. Was 517, and then I found that I could shield kill quite easily, so I put another 3k onto that shield killing, and I think that was mainly Executioner and gold. But yeah, 517. Yeah, Cupids are the bane of everybody's existence, I think. I think the ones that would cause me problems, and I'll say this now so that you can all laugh when I get downed by a Cupid, but I think the ones that's going to cause me problems is whilst I'm fucking blabbing on, I won't hear a ghost coming through a wall at me. That'll happen. That'll be a highlight. That'll be well clippable. Local IDU village idiot blabbing on whilst life stolen by ghost. Quite as that. So, even though we're going for the Marksman style E, I mean, I'll try and get Cupid headshots, but it is a risky game to play. Yeah. It's the one problem that I find is it's like that little split second of lining it up properly is what could potentially get you killed if you miss it. That was lucky more than anything else. At these distances, I'd be happy with a body shot. If they're close up, it's doable, but as I say, it is risky. I'm going to have a quick smoke whilst I wait for the little buggers to come in, and I am abusing slow time. Because it's whilst I'm vaping, thank you for making my point, it's whilst I'm vaping that the little shits will come in. One thing to note with headshots on Cupids, it's a lot easier to get them when they are just teleporting in. Once they draw their bow, I think their bow becomes part of the hitbox, and it makes getting headshots on the little nasties a lot more difficult. There's a lot of things that get in the way of a Cupid's hitbox. But yeah, trying to get the headshot the moment they teleport in. Oh, I was going to have a look at what they were looking at then. Look really interesting. Well, yeah, in that case then, let's see if I can get Paradise Lost complete. That'll give us a bit of battery to go and play some Broken Edge with Mr. Vega. I think. Uh-oh. Unless I die. Could die. We'll get Paradise Lost complete, and then I will continue this run in another stream, and we will compare scores. I heard those shots. Ah, come on. But that's what I'm talking about. I thought that was bang on for a headshot there. Hit him in the fucking neck. I mean, I don't know if it is... they've definitely been tinkering around. Because that's the reason why I think the lighting is where the lighting is at on some places. They did this last time, then they corrected it, and then I think they've rolled back to how they had it before the tournament dropped. I'll tell you now, people, it does not bode well. But, thankfully, as long as I don't change anything, we've got a solid game, so it doesn't really matter. Damn it. Let's wait for this guy to come in. Worth more points. What are we looking at now? So, if I remember rightly, completing Paradise Lost. Oh, well, look at that. What, we were at like 250... You're at 250,000? No, like 230,000 after we completed Paradise Lost or something like that previously. And that was through doing the executioner side of things. So, Mortal... as I said previously, I think does favour the Executioner playstyle, except the Executioner playstyle is a lot more risky. Having said that, I am not the Marksman to play this mode. Bloody hell. Don't come through the wall. That would really annoy me. Yeah, I don't think I'm the Marksman to play this mode, because... I'm not even hitting those. Or maybe I am. If I'm getting the headshots, they're clean and not within 10 seconds of each other, so that's probably a good thing for trying to work out best scoring. It's rubbish. Like, I would not expect to get that headshot or that one, and I didn't. These ones, maybe. Ooh, go on then. Yeah, no, he had his bow drawn. Rubbish. Right, let's go and make some distance. I always like to come up here. Seems like a much safer place than working it the other way around. got him just before his bow came out. So you see that I can get headshots on Cupids. Although it is a small target, I can get headshots on target a lot more consistently. Yeah, I think he would. In fact, Jarek would be a very good shout for putting this through its paces properly. I can only do so much because I don't think I'm that accurate. Or at least not on the basis of testing. But then I don't think I'm... I didn't do an amazing job of... Didn't do an amazing job of executioner. So it's probably a reasonably simple test. But then, as I said, if you had somebody that can do both, which... That's where Beanie would come in, but, you know, he doesn't play video game. He doesn't play video games anymore. But it's, again, though, it would be, you would have to do a combination of slow time, killing quickly, and hitting those headshots first time. Every time. That was a bit lucky. That one was just a miss. Ugh. I think we'll wait for those to come in. Yeah. Oh, he ducked it. And again. Double duck. Oh, hello. Whack, whack. Oops. So this is the level where, because we're doing a lot of headshots on Cupids, or at least getting some, previously we weren't doing any, might be able to make up some of the points that we've lost by not executing as much as possible and doing more on the headshot front. Oh, no, let's... That was fucking dangerous. Being that close is probably the only way to kind of get your bow over their bow and stop them blocking. Why? Why are you back? I'm pretty sure I cleared down there. Bloody banshees and not playing by the fucking rules. Right, any more for any more? Don't think we need to go any further back. That'll do. I mean, I am measuring for them, but even I find those shots a bit lucky. Is she up there? I hope she is. They're like, I suppose, like, I know, it's why I always say that I think Beanie's lucky in regard to the fact that he has natural talent in this and he can just hit those shots and hasn't had to fucking train. Yeah, Banshees are fucking weird like that. Yeah, he hasn't had to train half as much. Just bloody naturally good, bastard. Whereas mine, I feel like I fire them in the vicinity, and depending on the animation that they're in, and I suppose my accuracy, I suppose John's said it best, there's sometimes where you can like fucking peg headshots for days, and then there's other times where this just doesn't work out. Could be tracking as much as anything else, but this is part and parcel of the reason why I'm quite keen to try these Quest Pro. Fucking hell, Quest Pro controllers. I almost walked straight into that. That would have been fantastic end to the stream, wouldn't it? That would have definitely got a gasp. Definitely. Where are you? Jesus Christ. Come on then. That was you, that was. Little shit. That was very close. In fact, knowing kinda how the hitboxes work, I thought that was almost in. I think I might have actually been saved by the fact that I was moving, because I do think your hitbox adjusts slightly when you're on the move. On another day, that could have been death right there. I don't think he's a... People say a lot of things. Hello, Storms. Hello, McLJ. Play Siege of Heaven, and then your shoulder will be so strong that you'll never have to save it again. I suppose the easiest one is take your shots and then put your arm down, but have a position where you are able to rest, and do it between every shot. You don't have to play fast and furiously, especially if how long have you been playing is another thing, because I will guarantee you... Oh, Jesus. That was very dangerous of me. Let's block some. I don't think he's retired. The one thing that I will say is he is trying to do, as Beanie does, shitloads of stuff all at the same time, and so yeah, okay, so don't worry so much about saving your arm. The one thing that I can guarantee you is the more that you play, the more you will work up your arm. So yeah, don't worry so much about saving your arm at this point. At the moment, you are activating and using all of these muscles in groups that you wouldn't usually do, unless of course you've got any shoulder injuries. But yeah, the easiest thing that you can do is, as you play the game, you'll build it up, so you'll find you'll need to save less. But yeah, I suppose the easiest one, and I do it subconsciously, so it's probably why it's taking me time to pin it down, is using your slow time and resting your arm whilst using your slow time. Slow time, or quiver select, works here, works here, works here. That's good. That's good. That's getting there. I've played Siege a hell of a lot of time, and I've put, obviously, a hell of a lot of time into this game. So I would expect to be able to do 15 straight. I would expect, when you get to the point where you can do 15 straight on Siege, and I'm not saying that because I can do 15 and you can only do 10. You've only been playing a month. I couldn't do 10 playing a month. Jesus. But when you get to the point where you can do 15 at a push, or do 15 on the bounce, I don't think you need to worry about improving from that point on, because then you need to do 15 and then sit down and have a fucking rest. So, but yeah, using your slow time to drop your arm. But as you've already shown, Siege is the place that you... Why am I using the shard? I fucking hate the shard. Siege is the place to go to build up these muscle groups that you don't usually use, and they will build up. I guarantee you that. I'll tell you another thing that you could do. Here's another tip to save your shoulder. Learn to play the crossbow. So, the way that... Yeah, that's true. But again, that's through spending time in the main game and building your shoulder up. One of the things that I did in the tournament to prolong the amount of games that I could get in and the amount of time that I could play. I'll have a quick smoke. What's I say? One of the things that I did to prolong the amount of time that I could play was switching between my kind of... I don't think anybody else... Oh, no, some people do it. Well, I'll just call it gunslinger, because that's what I called it. This whole gunslinger mode of, like, having the crossbow here and then kind of fanning it like a cowboy's revolver. Yeah, there's various videos of me pissing around doing that on the channel and in tournaments and such. But doing that then means that instead of having my arm out, like, pissing out straight 24/7, which I would have to do within the tournament environment to be fast, I can then kind of lean it against my hip and rest my arm. So long and short of it is learning to play the crossbow, whether you like it or not, will allow you to stay within the game and keep learning whilst resting your bow arm. Fucking dripping hot fire with that. But yeah, that's one of the ways that I use the crossbow, and you'll be very surprised how quickly you can get into it. I mean, yeah, that's a more healthy way. That's a much more healthy way to do it, dude. Yeah, smoke break. I'm lucky enough. I don't smoke anymore. I vape. I can vape indoors, so I don't need a smoke break. So keep the hands busy, etc., etc. Good evening, Mr. Fish. Yes, quite. Yeah, don't start, then you never have to stop. Oh, I thought you were talking about the crossbow. Ha! So funny. Yeah, don't start, then you never have to stop. That's the advice I was given. Definitely a 20 a day man once upon a time. Oh shit. Slow time. and JJ, I will tell you now that JJ will say the same two words. But he might say them the other way around just to be a bit edgy. Time slow. Yes. Thank you, Mike. I hope you did too. Yeah, slow time is your best way to survive the 15 waves all day. That's another thing we need to, on that note, need to get finished off as well, the 0% stream, because those last achievements are going to take a very long time to do, I think. So I might get some of that done in my own time so that I can finish them off during a stream and get that little mini escapade closed off and finished. Yeah, incursion is probably the survival arrow. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. But I'm assuming that if somebody's saying they're finding it difficult to survive across 15 waves, they're probably finding it quite difficult to score as well. And if you're not scoring, then you're not earning gold. Not earning gold can't buy the stuff. So yeah. Slow time first, special arrows second. But then to begin with, all you want to be worried about is surviving. But whilst surviving, getting to 100%. Those are, I've said it before in this game, and it's even more important for Siege. There is no point even trying to go for a score until you are at 100% on Siege. And the reason being is because there's achievements that you can get in Siege that will just be of benefit to you, like more arrows in the shop, certain arrows like Tempest and such getting upgrades, and various bits and pieces like that. After you've got all of the ones that you need, the other major one as well is being able to select an arrow at the start of Siege. That one has been a major boon for a lot of the Siege of Heaven players, myself included. It's something we asked for instead of, because you used to be given a random one, and now at least you get to pick. Yeah, surviving 15 waves in Siege Royale. There is a surviving 15 waves in Siege Royale without getting hit. That's the hard one. That's the one that it's JJ, and now JJ's beat me to it. That's the one that I did a video on, because I thought that would be the one that would trip people up, which is the ones I would usually try and do first. to try and help out whilst it is relevant. But yeah, every achievement that you get after the important ones, the unique ones, then adds 500 gold to your treasury to start out with. And that is hugely important, because that can be the difference between buying arrows or being able to afford special arrows or not. Yes. I mean, yes, I do. That shot that you're talking about, the more you do it, obviously, the better you get. I do find you quite right in that it can be a lower percentage when you do the rage variant of it. Have these pots always flamed? Is that new? Have they added... Anyone tell me? I don't know. I can't remember those pots having flames spewing out of the top of them. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I don't even have 70% consistency. And I don't know. I assumed that that's what he was doing, because I saw some ridiculous scores. Have they always had fire? I've never seen it. I saw some ridiculous scores from the likes of Harry and Jarek in those first few rounds. Oh, is that what they did to stop us getting down there? Just added more shit. Yeah, I saw Jarek and Harry getting some silly scores, so I think they were onto that shot before I was, and then I just tried to find a way to make it quite clinical and easier to attain for more people. Yeah, I didn't. I've definitely seen the pots. I don't remember them flaming. So, but there you go. Right, you ready, Vega? I'm gonna come chop you up, dude. What we got left? Got a bit of battery. 34%. That's enough time to chop Mr. Vega up, I think. Right. Providing he's here, I'll wait until he gives us the nod. Hey, there he is. Well, look at you! Fucking ready and able. Right, cool. Let's... Achievements in new areas they reward in the main game. 3 into 5. Unlocked. Yeah, no worries, Jenny. No worries, JJ. Right, hang on. I'll answer that question, but let me just end the stream first, or before we go into the next bit. So, that's Mortal. We've done it fast and furious. We've achieved a decent score. We are now going for a more long-distancey, marksman-y headshot kind of game. We're a little bit behind on points in comparison to the executioner side of things, but I think you can agree that it's been a lot less riskier doing it this way, and to be fair, I probably should have pushed some more points out of the executioner because I wasn't going fast enough because I got distracted by chatting. And on that bombshell, we'll end it there. Thank you all very much for joining me. This has been the mortal version of Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.